What's going on, guys? Welcome to our presentation on SOVT, otherwise known as Semi-occluded vocal tract exercises. It is by me, Elijah Miller, and
Joshua Lomeli.
in this presentation, you guys are going to learn about what is SOVT, learn how do you perform the exercises with a video that you're going to see of us in the end, and you're going to learn about the generalization and scaffolding of SOVT.
SOVT are voice therapy techniques designed to enhance vocal function by partially closing the vocal tract during sound production. This partial closure can be achieved through various exercises such as lip trills, tongue trills, straw phonation, and humming of certain consonants. These exercises increase air pressure above the vocal folds, and from this closure reduces the force of which vocal folds collide.
We dug into 3 different articles that came within the last handful of years. Strategies are very unique and individualized to each patient that comes into therapy. So the articles that are listed here looked into the effectiveness of them compared to other vocal strategies. And are they better? Well, the research data implicates that the SOVTs do have a favorable trend and no harmful results to patients, which leads to a positive efficacy. However, it is individualized, and it's important to take that into account when you're seeing different patients. It's beneficial to keep looking into more research to establish stronger evidence between the effectiveness of SOVTs and other strategies.
So when is it appropriate to run SOVTEs? It's going to depend on the voice disorder and the needs of everyone and every individual. Patients or clients who are displaying these symptoms, such as dysphonia, hyperfunction, and hypofunction of the vocal folds, and vocal fatigue and vocal trauma, these are some instances where it could be beneficial to run some SOVTEs.
Okay, so the impact on physiology. So for airflow, using exercises like straw phonation or lip trills, which are exercises that we'll dig into in a second, creates resistance in the vocal tract. This helps balance airflow and makes speaking or singing easier by reducing strain on the vocal folds. For vocal mechanics, the extra pressure from these exercises helps the vocal folds come together more efficiently, reducing wear and tear. This leads to smoother and clearer vocal production. And lastly, for motor programming, SOVT exercises help the vocal system work more naturally, improving coordination and reducing vocal fatigue.
Moving on to the impact of psychology, it can lead to reduced vocal fatigue. So SOVT exercises make speaking or singing less tiring, which helps prevent vocal strain and discomfort. And eliminating that discomfort and vocal strain can lead to more vocal production and more comfortability. It can also lead to increased confidence. With more controlled and stable voice, people often feel more confident and less anxious about their vocal performance.
So we're gonna just briefly talk about some exercises because you'll be seeing us do them in a moment. So first, straw exercises. This creates a controlled resistance, increasing back pressure in the vocal tract and reducing the impact of vocal fold collision. By doing so, it helps improve vocal efficiency, reduce strain, and promote healthy vocal fold function.
There are 2 types of trills. We will start with lip trills. This exercise creates semi-occluded vocal tract, which reduces the stress on vocal folds and encourages efficient vocal fold vibration. Lip trills can help improve breath support, vocal control, and resonance while also reducing vocal strain and promote healthy vocal habits. Tongue trills, this exercise also enhances breath control and vocal resonance and overall vocal ease while minimizing tension in the vocal folds.
So lastly, we have certain consonants. This technique generates a controlled resistance, which helps to balance vocal pressure and reduce vocal fold strain. By using consonants, these exercises improve vocal resonance, enhance breath support, and promote a more efficient vocal fold vibration.
You will now see us enact these different exercises, and here are our references. Hey guys, now we're going to demonstrate the exercises that we went over in our presentation. So when doing the SOVTEs, you want to start with just straw exercises, then you want to move on to your trills, and then you want to end with your consonants, and then you can generalize it. So here's the first straw exercises. You could just start with a simple hum.
So then for the next step, you can do an ascending glissando and a descending glissando.
blowing a straw into a cup with water, and this also works as a form of biofeedback, and Elijah's going to demonstrate that for you.
So it's important when you're doing this exercise that you're blowing the air through your mouth and not out your nose, because when you're blowing it out through your nose, it's not producing the same semi-occluded effect on your vocal folds. You're not getting that proper back pressure on there. So when you're making this noise, make sure you're phonating and not just blowing air, and make sure it's coming out your mouth and not your nose. If it was coming out of your nose, you wouldn't get the bubbles. So this is what it looks like.
And those are our straw exercises. So we are going to start off with our lip trills. So you just make sure that you are phonating and breathing, and it's going to look something like this. A good way to help do this production, if you are having trouble with it, is to put your fingers here where your dimples would normally be, and just, and that's how you do your lip trills. Elijah will now demonstrate the tongue trills.
Oh, I thought I was gonna do the lip trills with you.
Nah.
So tongue trills are pretty similar to lip trills. The only thing you're doing is just sticking your tongue out. So you wanna focus on vibrating your bottom one and still phonating as you're doing it. It sounds like this. Just like that.
If you're having trouble doing a tongue trill with your tongue out, you can also do it as an extended Spanish R. You can place your tongue at the top of your alveolar ridge and it'll sound something like this. So now going on to consonants, it's going to be the same thing. You will start with a sound, typically going to be M, N, NG, or V, and it will sound something like So in order to increase complexity, and again, this can be done with all of the exercises, the bass, you typically want to start with just prolonged phonation, and then to up the complexity, you're going to want to do it in a hum, or in a melody, or in an ascending or descending glissando. To up the complexity again, you're going to want to do it with syllables and or words in speaking, and then eventually into conversation as well as singing. And Elijah will demonstrate that now.
So some words that you can do, you can pick some of those key consonants that he was talking about, like the M is a really good one to do. So you could just do words like man, mom, and get it on both sides. And then you can do alliteration sentences, meaning just using some of the same consonants over and over again, like my mom likes men, just so you're getting a lot of the same sounds over and over. And then that will obviously generalize into conversation.